admitting to you, I was shaken by Ida's visit. She upset the balance of things. She brought an intruder into what had previously been a very small, cosy world. You see, I was born in the same village as my husband, Predappio, in Emilia-Romagna. He was the thick-set blacksmith's son who was a socialist, my teacher, and later a journalist. He was intelligent, all right, despite his rough and somewhat uncouth manner. I never really bothered about the political side of things then. Later, I needed a network of spies to keep me informed. Politics is man's work, he used to say. But I know there were some folks back in Predappio who thought he was volatile or inconsistent. I'm not sure I really understood what they meant by that, or whether it would have made any difference if I did. I was besotted with him. He had this tendency to burst out in fury at us, his pupils, and to glare at us. It completely transfixed me. We were girls. We were perceived as having minori bisogni, lesser needs, and yet he was investing his time, his energy, and his brilliance in educating us. What a hero, what a saint! He was always superior to me intellectually, and I was happy to call him il professore, because that's what he was to me, il professore, the teacher of me, our children, and the whole country. He wanted me to be the living example of the fascist ideal of womanhood, and I was happy to comply. Was I too passive? Perhaps. Was I a good wife? Absolutely. The most fascist thing a woman can do is to make children. Well, I made 5 of them. My husband, Il Duce, and I, we made 5 children. 3 boys and 2 girls. He was a good father, and he loved them all dearly. They tried to tell me, those bastards who killed him, they tried to tell me he'd had other children with other women. I wouldn't listen. Perhaps it's true. It doesn't really matter anymore. You see, I only want to remember the good times before the Germans came and I lost him to the other one, the one who claims to be the most famous mistress in the entire history of Italy, the most famous of Mussolini's mistresses. Ha! Let me tell you about our wedding. You see, we had to consecrate our marriage before moving to Rome. Nothing was more important, he said, than preserving his image as a loving family man. But it was more than an image for me. It was my reality, my truth. You see, I was a loving wife and mother. Donna Rachele, the wife of Il Duce. Not bad, eh? For a peasant girl from Predappio. After the church ceremony, we moved into the Palazzo Torlonia. I liked it there, despite their marble floors and high ceilings. Our family life was simple. It followed the same pattern most days. My husband would get up early and do his exercises, a walk, a run, or a swim, and then he'd head off to his office in the Palazzo Venezia. Sometimes we'd laugh together about how he sat there, the blacksmith's son from Predappio, in the same palace, the same room even, as all those popes. I used to tell him he was better than any pope. Because after all, what has religion ever done for any of us except keep us all in our places? And yet he was creating a new, fairer world in which no one would have to live with fear or guilt. After he left for the palace, I'd clean the house or wash his clothes. He didn't like me doing that, mind. "We've got servants now," he used to say. But why should I do anything differently? And besides, what else would I do with my time? You see, I'm not like our eldest daughter, Edda. I don't want to mix with the Roman elite. What would I talk to them about? I don't want to hear their gossip. And I don't want to be in the same room with certain people who make claims on my husband, mind, who comes home each night to the dinner I cook for him and the bed I share with him. How dare that nasty little man, Carlo Gadda, write that under my husband's rule, all that woman has to do for La Patria is to let herself be fucked? Who does he think he is? A small-minded little man who's clearly jealous of my husband's success. But that day, back in 1917, when Ida Dalser came to call, I was shaken to the core.